Hey, this is Rich Kale. Just coming at you with a little bit of motivational thought for today. Um, I was reading online. There's a website called crack.com. One of the articles was about mediocrity. And it's funny because this morning I had read, I read Jocko's book in the morning as a sort of as a devotional, as a motivational thing, helped me keep my mindset squared away. And it echoed some of the thoughts that were in that article. You wouldn't think from a satirical humor website that you'd find this massive dose of motivation. But when the article's entitled, I might get this wrong, uh, Mediocrity and How It Will Kill Us All Slowly, uh, it's kind of right in the theme of what my life has been like for the past few months at least. So let me read you. The title is Remain Vigilant. It wasn't in a war, it wasn't in a battle. It isn't in a melee of fire or destruction that most of us succumb to weakness. We are taken apart slowly, convinced to take an easier path, enticed by comfort. Most of us aren't defeated in one decisive battle. We are defeated in one tiny, seemingly insignificant surrender at a time that chips away at who we really should be. It isn't that you wake up one day and decide that that's it. I'm going to be weak. No, it's a slow incremental process. It chips away at our will and it chips away at our discipline. We sleep a little later. We miss a workout and then another. We start to eat what we shouldn't eat and drink what we shouldn't drink. And without realizing it, one day you wake up and you've become something you never would have allowed. Instead of being strong, you are weak. Instead of disciplined, you're disorganized and lost. Instead of moving forward and progressing, you're stagnating and decaying. And those things happen without you seeing them, without you recognizing them. So, you have to be vigilant. You have to be on guard. You have to hold the line on seemingly insignificant things. Those things that shouldn't matter, but they do. And that's the type of thing I read in the morning. It helps me keep my mind straight, helps me stay focused on doing those little things that I'm not so good at, that I tend to neglect, that I tend to let go. The article was talking about just that. He kind of outlines how you just kind of get swept up, even if you're given such an amazing gift. He uses the concept of Spider-Man as an example. He goes out and starts saving lives and starts saving people, and pretty soon everybody's depending on him. But then, since you can't do everything, since you're only one man and you can't do everything, you can't make everybody happy, people start to complain about you. People start to talk bad about you. And what happens is that stuff wears on you. And eventually you just say, forget it. I'm done. I'm not trying. I'm going to do my little thing, and that's what it's going to be. So you don't try to make yourself better. You don't try to provide that excellence. You slip back to that mediocrity. And that's where it kills us. And it doesn't happen, like Jocko said, it doesn't happen in one big decisive battle. It happens as things slowly slip away, as we grow into complacence. If you go back to the video from a couple weeks ago, it's because we lapse into our comfort zone. The other thing is that the way out of it. This is the last point in that article. Is that the way out of it is to be truly great at something. Be great at something. There's a wonderful book out there, Cal Newport. Be so great they can't ignore you. And that's the thing, is when you're the best, even when you make a mistake, sure, they might criticize, but everybody still knows you're the best. That's a beautiful place to be. Today, I want you to step out of that comfort zone. I want you to focus on figuring out what rules you need to set for yourself that'll keep you from giving in to those little concessions. For me, I have an alarm that goes off at 4 o'clock in the morning every day, whether I am getting up early or not. It goes off at 4 o'clock in the morning, and my rule is I have to put my feet on the deck. It's very annoying for my wife because, she's looking to sleep in, and I'm rolling over and putting my feet on the deck. I may go back to sleep. I may pick them back up, tuck myself back in the warm covers, and go back to sleep. But I put my feet on the deck at 4 in the morning. And it's those type of little rules that prevent you from making those little concessions. The other thing you can do, I read Jocko's book just about every day. Keep my motivation going, keep my mindset right, keep my focus, but I also read my goals. This is one of those things. Grant Cardone has a wonderful thing called the 10X Planner. It's kind of a planner for people that don't like to do a full agenda. But in the morning, you get up and you write your goals. You write your goals for the day, for the week, for the month, for the year. You write your 10-year goals. It puts them in front of you. At the end of the day, when you're finished working and you're going to go home, you write your goals. Again, to keep them in front of you, to keep your mind focused on that, to remind you what's at stake if you make that easy decision, if you take the easy path, if you make that concession. And those two things will tend to help you build habits, because we are a slave to our habits. You'll build your habits to lead you to greatness, not to mediocrity. Anyway, that's what I had to say today. Listen, we're starting a Shape Up for Summer challenge, officially March 1st. The last day to get started, if you're going to do the 180 program, is March 9th, because that is 80 days from the unofficial start of summer. That is 80 days. Do you understand? Time is slipping away. You can't just say, "Oh, I'll get in shape later for summer." Now is that time. The deadline is fast approaching. So if you want to get on that 180 program, leave me a message here and leave me a message below. I will get you set up, and we'll get your product ordered, and we'll get started. If you're not doing the 180 program, let me know anyway. I've got a great training program, a nutrition meal plan available for everybody, whether you're in the 180 or not, because I want you to succeed. I want your success this year. There's no need for us to settle for mediocre. We can all be great. This is your year. If you need me, I'll be around.